Coming up on today's episode of Airborne Unlimited, Diamond Aircraft DA50 makes its first flight with retractable gear. The FAA says Santa Monica can use airport revenue for runway demolition, and Zenith Aircraft workshops return to DeLand Sport Aviation Showcase. Happy Monday and welcome to the show. I'm Sophie Herlock. Back in April at AERO Friedrichshafen, Diamond Aircraft announced changes on the DA50 program, including a new engine concept with the 300 horsepower Continental CD-300 and retractable gear. And on Thursday, the airplane flew for the first time. Everything went as planned and worked as expected for the first flight. The aircraft showed good agility and an easy-to-fly behavior. The all-carbon fiber DA50 with an extra-large cabin and payload is expected to be ideal for single-piston pilots needing more seats and space, and for charter operators looking for a low-cost alternative. Diamond Aircraft is aiming for basic certification from EASA for the 5-seat version equipped with the CD-300 engine and retractable gear in the summer of 2020. We'll be right back with Around the Patch.
Sandia introduces the new SAI 340 Quattro TSO'd airspeed, attitude, altitude, and slip. With integral backup battery, safety never looked so good. See it now at www.sandia.aero.
There's a difference between charting a steady course and pushing for the ceiling. And for nearly a century, Hartzell Propeller has been defining that difference. It's in our passion for engineering and research and our dedication to testing the limits of performance. We are built on honor. We are Hartzell Propeller.
Welcome back. It's time for today's trip around the patch. On Friday, pilot Dr. Joseph Masessa died at the Stuart, Florida Air Show when his plane went down on the Witham field while practicing a routine for the show. Masessa was the only person on board the Grumman OV-1 Mohawk. The U.S. State Department has requested the DOT ban all scheduled airline flights to Cuban airports other than Havana. In a letter sent to the DOT, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said to further the administration's policy of strengthening the economic consequences to the Cuban regime for its ongoing repression of the Cuban people and its support for Nicolas Maduro in Venezuela. In the foreign policy interests of the United States, I respectfully request that the Department of Transportation suspend until further notice all scheduled U.S. carrier flights between the United States and all airports in Cuba, except for Jose Marti International Airport in Havana. Command Aerospace received a new order for the K-MAX medium to heavy lift helicopter from Heli Air Swiss, a member of Heli Austria. This brings the total number of firm orders since the relaunch of production to 13 aircraft. Delivery of this aircraft is planned for December of this year. The FAA updated the helicopter flying handbook to include the Vouchard safety technique of the vortex ring state recovery. Swiss helicopter pioneer Captain Claude Vouchard is known for multiple safety techniques in helicopter operations. The most famous maneuver is the vortex ring state recovery technique. We'll be right back with the rest of the news.
Today is a new dawn.
With a new name.
Un nuevo logotipo.
A new factory.
Und einem globalen Kundenfokus.
We are Continental Aerospace Technologies, and we stand behind you.
According to a recent informal determination by the FAA, aviation users of California's Santa Monica Municipal Airport must pay for multi-million-dollar airport projects at KSMO that do not actually benefit them or the airport. In a letter in response to an informal Part 13 complaint initiated by the FAA as the result of an inquiry by the NBAA, GAMA, and others. The agency concluded the city of Santa Monica is able to use airport revenue for projects associated with its runway shortening project, including pavement removal, pavement pulverization, soil stabilization, and hydroseeding. The project to demolish pavement that was removed from operation in 2017 started in June and is scheduled to conclude this month. The FAA decision is premised on a 2017 settlement agreement made in secret between the FAA and the city, which purports to authorize the city's shortening of the runway, and also guidance provided in a letter from the outgoing FAA General Counsel. The popular Zenith hands-on kit aircraft building workshop is returning to Central Florida for the DeLand Sport Aviation Showcase, November 14th through the 16th. Staff and volunteers will provide an overview of the fuselage and cabin assembly of the STOL CH 750 Super Duty aircraft kit. Putting together the entire fuselage to demonstrate the ease of assembly made possible with final whole-size match drill assemblies. Zenith's workshops are aimed at the first-time builder and have become popular with sport aviation enthusiasts who are considering building their own aircraft. During the workshop, each participant builds and assembles their own Zenith Aircraft rudder tail section from a standard kit. Zenith Aircraft offers advanced quick-build kits in response to increased demand for prefabricated parts and assemblies for those wanting to shorten build times while keeping costs affordable. Workshop space is limited and prior registration is required. And that was our last story of the day. Thanks for watching. Click subscribe and check us out on Twitter and on Facebook. Head over to aero-news.net if you want the latest aviation aerospace news any time of the day. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow.